Hi guys, welcome to Psychic Astro. I'm so excited to be doing these videos moving forward. So these videos are going to be astrology based on channeled messages that I get from spirit. So please watch the videos based on your sun, moon, or rising sign, whatever resonates the best for you. Me personally, it's always been my rising sign. It's never been my sun, moon. I just wanted to tell you guys that. Maybe that'll help somebody out there. I've also noticed that for me, my rising sign and my natal chart, as well as my rising sign and my progress chart, also resonates with me. Sometimes more so my progress chart than my natal chart. So yeah, I hope that helps anybody out there. Maybe it's worth trying out. So basically what I'm going to be doing in these videos is I'm going to be channeling the transits of the month. I'm going to be going over the themes you guys can expect. I hope, you guys like these videos. I'm starting off, kind of this way with the paper and the pen because I'm new to this and I just need to figure out what works best for me through trial and error. I'm sure eventually I'm not going to be sticking to paper and pen, but this is what I feel comfortable with for right now. I also just want to put a disclaimer out there. As a psychic, as much as I love channeling messages from spirit, as much as I love channeling the cosmos, and although I trust my messages, I don't know, maybe it's my Virgo placement, maybe it's my Capricorn stellium. I want to tell you guys strongly that I believe you guys shouldn't just stick with psychic channeled messages only. You guys should definitely, watch or at least look into professional astrologers' predictions as well for monthly readings. At least that's just how I feel, and I do want to put that out there. To just be practical about these things and, not just strictly rely on psychic messages, okay? All right, with that being said, let's get to it. Hi guys, this video is going to be for my sun, moon, rising Tauruses for the month of March. What you guys are looking at is currently the energy you guys can expect to be feeling walking into the month of March. I'm going to update these transits as we go along, and then we're going to get to the channel messages, okay? So I don't know what date I'll be uploading this, so I can tell you we already passed March 1st. So these are energies you should have experienced, felt in some type of way with what I'm about to say. And so if it doesn't resonate, then you guys will know you don't need to watch the rest of the video. Okay, so March 1st, we have Sun in Pisces, sextiling Jupiter in Taurus. So Sun in Pisces in your 11th house, sextiling Jupiter and Taurus. What does this tell me? Well, first of all, a sextile. This is an energy between two planets that is basically sitting there for you guys. If you guys put in some type of work, you put in some type of energy. So if it's not physical, it could be mental. This could be one of those days where you're like, okay, I'm going to start telling myself life is really good. It's positive despite everything that's going on currently. Things of that nature. And then all of a sudden that day, you really do have a good day. This is like one of those gifts from the universe that's like, it's granting you the energy of willpower, and constraint, like to actually do something, stick to something, because the Sun and Jupiter, these are two positive energies. It's fire energy. Sun natally rules Leo, and Jupiter natally rules Sagittarius. So this could have been something internal, or it could have manifested externally. Regardless, it should have been a positive day. There should have really been no stress. It does depend what's going on in your natal chart, your personal transits. But for the collective, this is how we all should have been feeling. For you guys personally, it's showing up in your 11th house and your first house. So to me, that talks about self-expression with either your group of friends, social networking, or maybe putting yourself out there on the internet. The reason I'm saying the internet is because this is where the 11th house, this is what the 11th house can be potentially. And Jupiter's in your first house. When Jupiter's in your first house, depending on how it's talking to other planets, this can be really a nice time for you guys to be able to expand on things because of literally first house energy, you. I remember when Jupiter was transiting my ascendant, it was like the best time of my life. It really was. Yeah, I was much younger, but still, it was just like so many, anything I manifested, anything I thought of, I was able to manifest because I felt so positive, so happy, so confident. So I feel like you guys should have been possibly putting yourselves out there, expressing yourselves in a positive way, either online or maybe putting yourself out there with jobs, because I feel like that was going on for you guys last month. Or again, it's just you guys having a good time with friends, okay? March 3rd, we have Venus in Aquarius in your 10th house, and it's squaring Uranus in your first house. So I don't like this energy because I just don't like the transit in general. Venus squaring Uranus. I don't like it because for me personally, how this manifests, it's either a breakup, it either is an on-again, off-again relationship, but it's due to fighting with somebody you're dating, you're in a relationship with, or it's something unexpected financially. So it's something unexpected. So this could have been like possible. I'm going to say this had manifested physically, externally, because it's a square. A square causes tension. It causes friction. It's an uncomfortable energy that you really, there's no way to avoid. It's karmic. There's some type of lesson to be learned here, whether it's patience or, you know, to be nicer or to try to understand other people, because usually miscommunication, arguments, fights, and things happen that get you frustrated and you have to deal with it, right? So with Venus being in your 10th house, to me, and Uranus being in your first house, this is telling me that there was something possibly in regards to your career, wherever you guys work, the place that you guys make money. I would say something may have happened. Maybe it was just something that pissed you off, but and it could have manifested internally where you didn't express your anger, or if this was something financial you had to spend for work purposes, that's possible as well. Let me see something. Uranus is in your first house. This is the ruler of Aquarius. And then we have Venus in your 10th house. And Venus is ruling your first house, and it's ruling your 6th house, Libra. Hold on one second. How could this have possibly manifested? Because Saturn is the original ruler of Aquarius, and it's in your 11th house. So there's some type of... I would say if it was money related, it could have been for some of you guys that maybe expected more money, expected an increase, or maybe for some reason your paycheck, there was some type of malfunction. It's like you didn't get it. That could have been a possibility. Or for some of you where this isn't talking about the place of work, it's talking about how you guys appear, because this is what 10th house energy speaks of, right? It's not just your career, it's also talking about how you guys appear to the world. What is your legacy? So you guys could have, I don't know, gotten something, paid for something in regards to your appearance, and then it's like you actually had to pay a little bit more money for something and they didn't tell you this, or you forgot, and then you got the rest of this bill around this transit, I would say. That's also possible. So I think it is definitely related, no, obviously, about you guys personally, first house. But there's some type of connection with the sixth house here, and you guys have the south node here in Libra. So it could have had something to do with your a health regimen you guys had to pay for unexpectedly. Excuse me. It could have had to do with something you bought in regards to, I want to say, trying to make your life easier, because sixth house, this is literally from the second you guys wake up, your alarm clock goes off, you're getting ready for work, you're at work, and now you're going back home or wherever you're going, and then eventually you get home, you get ready for bed, dinner, whatever it is. All of that literally is the sixth house. So you guys could have bought something, or something needed to be paid in order to make that easier for you guys. I think that's possible as well. Anyway, or like I said, it could have just been an argument at work. It could have been a frustration of some sort. Okay, so let's see. Maybe you guys were left out of something. That's another thing, and that got you angry, like a group activity at work. Anyway, okay, so March 4th, Mercury in Pisces in your 11th house is sextiling Uranus in Taurus in your first house. So to me, this tells me that this could have potentially had something to do with that transit, Venus squaring Uranus, because Mercury talking to Uranus in a nice positive way is telling me that you guys either communicated something with other people, or a group of people communicated with you, or maybe if you guys are going on interviews, these are those companies, those businesses calling you back and communicating with you guys, and it gives you like a eureka moment, or maybe enlightening moment of like understanding something a little more better, understanding you know, that had to happen in order for you guys to, I don't know, have this conversation you're having with whoever. This could literally look like everything happens for a reason. But I feel like with those type of thoughts, you literally have to be willing to be honest with yourself. You have to put in some type of work. Because I feel like when we have these honest conversations, a lot of us say, you know, it's too much, you know, like these are our thoughts in our head, like, okay, I don't want to go there, and then so we stop the thought. This is why it's a sextile again, because Mercury doesn't necessarily mean you guys are communicating with other people, although it is in your 11th house. It doesn't necessarily mean you're communicating online with other people. This could mean your thoughts are on 11th house things, putting yourself out there, trying to social network, or trying to gain new friends, trying to gain perspective about the collective online. It could be a number of things. It could be poetry, especially with sextiling Uranus. I feel like this is putting work in, like you guys are putting in some type of work when it comes to either doing research online. It could be, honestly, it definitely looks like for some of you this is employers, like social networking, putting yourself out there, talking to other people, possibly to change where it is you guys work, change, you know, your financial situation, whatever it is. Let me see something. So Mercury rules your 5th house in Virgo, and it also rules your 2nd house, Gemini, your wallet, where you got the things you guys value. And 5th house talks about creativity, talks about romance, talks about happiness, joy, standing out. You guys may feel like you want to go somewhere, like to another job, or maybe a group of friends where you guys want to stand out in some type of way. Maybe this is something you value, or maybe you guys value yourself enough where you guys feel like you know your worth and you guys can make more money, and maybe it's doing something else. Let's see. This could also, I'm trying to think if I, hold on one second. No, I'm going to leave it there. Okay, then March 8th, we have Mercury in Pisces in your 11th house, and it's conjunct Neptune in Pisces in your 11th house. Okay, so with these two transits, I like this energy when it comes to, I feel like this could be positive energy, okay? I really do. I feel like when Neptune's involved, it's either intuition or illusion. You know, is your intuition on point? I think it's something to question if it's talking to another planet in a negative way. I think there's definitely like confusion, misunderstanding something, thinking you know, but you actually don't know. But this isn't what's happening. It's conjunct with Mercury, which means it's sitting next to Mercury. It's getting along. It's vibing. It's a good neighbor. Mercury, however, is your thoughts, your mind, communicating, writing. So to me, the positive things about this, talk about artistic endeavors, definitely. Like if you guys are writers, if you guys are good at poetry, if you guys are good at making music, like this would be a time to tap into that. Like if you have felt creativity, if you have felt blocked, sorry, in regards to creative things, then I would say, especially because this is the 11th and 5th house axis, and 5th house is talking about creativity, I feel like this is the time where you guys are really able to tap into this. Now, for those of you that are trying to look for a new job or, you know, do something more at work, then I would say with this type of aspect, this is my opinion, okay? If you read up on this, it's going to tell you, you guys could be confused at this time. This could be, you know, are you misleading yourselves? You know, because Mercury is a salesperson. Okay, this is the potential with this energy. And Neptune, like I just said before, it's either intuition or it's illusion. It could be, there could be deception with these two energies is what I'm trying to say. However, like I said before, I feel like because they're conjunct, they're getting along. It does depend on what's going on in your personal chart with how this plays out. But you guys have the ability to really tap into your mind intuitively and be potentially on point with this in regards to what are you guys good at? And what do you have to do to accomplish your dreams? How can you get that 10 of Cups energy in tarot? Like, what is it that really, you know, resonates with your heart? I feel like sometimes we're so busy every single day that we're used to a goal or a mindset that we've had for years now that we believe this is what we want. We believe this is our dream. It's because we don't have time to just sit and think, or even when we do, we choose not to for the most part, or at least most of us do this. But with this type of energy, it's like you guys may be able to realize something about yourselves or something you can do to make your dream a reality. Yeah, it's not Saturn and Neptune talking, which to me talks about literally being able to manifest things that are in your head and bring it out to the physical plane. But this is like being in touch with your thoughts on a deeper level. And I think it just depends, you know, if you guys, you know, how much common sense is there, okay? Everybody's different. So depending on what type of insight you get, I just feel like this is like spirit guides giving you access to deeper parts of your mind. But you just need to apply common sense with whatever it is you're able to see about yourself or your potential and the reality of the situation. Like, okay, but how do I get this if I feel I'm able to do this? That's where it can be tricky. So, but yeah, I do believe that this could be a very positive transit. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Hold on one second. Yeah, it's definitely talking about you guys because Jupiter is the original ruler of Pisces. It later becomes Neptune. So this is talking about the first house and the 11th house. Something about what you guys can do either online. This could be creative things, or for some of you, this could be creative in the sense like how do you put yourself out there with a career, or how you guys appear to the world. There's something you guys want to expand upon. Okay. The next day, March 9th, Mars in Aquarius in your 10th house is squaring Uranus and Pisces, Uranus and Taurus. Why does that? So Mars and Uranus are squaring each other. So with astrology, there's certain transits that I think are important to write down, to remember. Otherwise, I think with astrology in general, you should just set it and forget it. I think it's always interesting to watch the monthly forecast, but I don't think it's something to like live by, or like remembering each transit is not important. Like and nobody should be going off of that, because I feel like that could be an addiction. So my point is that with positive transits, you should keep in mind, because there is something to that that's very real. Maybe with a positive transit, this is a day you're more likely to win the lottery if you actually try. Or with a negative aspect, such as Mars squaring Uranus, this tells me this is an accident-prone day. This is a day of arguments, potentially. So the point of like saving these dates or writing it down is because if, let's say, people are arguing with you, or you are arguing with other people, if you know ahead of time what to expect, either around this date, before this date, or on this date, because I don't believe these transits are exact on the money with the date and time, then it's like maybe you won't take things as personal that day, because you know something is going on in the cosmos. You know something like rough is going on, and most people are unaware of it. So they're allowing these energies to get to them. They're allowing these energies to manifest. So if you guys have that, you know, quote unquote, knowledge, that information, it's like, then you are privileged in the sense that you can work with this energy. So with Mars squaring Uranus, I would say make sure to definitely go slow that day. Like don't, because I find with this type of energy, I'm rushing. If I'm rushing for work, then I start bumping into the wall, or I'm very accident prone. So then I'll get a cut, I'll get a bruise. The same thing can happen if you're driving, potentially, or other people. So it's just very, and that's not to like instill fear in anyone. It's to make you aware and keep your eyes open, that on this day there is a rough energy happening, and everybody's going to be feeling it, whether they're aware of it or not. So it's going to be happening in your 10th house, and it's going to be happening with your first house. So this tells me that there may be some type of disruption or argument at work. I mean, no matter what, it involves you guys, but you know, somebody may, you know, want to argue with you, or somebody may try to I don't know, blame you guys about something at work, and then that causes you guys to get angry. So just be careful on that day. That's all. Tread lightly. Let's see. Okay, so that same day, Sun in Pisces in your 11th house is sextiling Uranus and Taurus. So I like this energy because with the Sun and Uranus talking to each other nicely, this talks about, to me, being able to see something with free will. Like, again, it's a sextile. So you guys should be able to see something very clearly, either with your group of friends, or how you guys express yourselves with your group of friends, or social networking, how you guys express yourselves online. There's something here. It's like a eureka moment yet again, but it's more self-awareness, I would say, in regards to you guys. How are you guys putting yourself out there? with this type of transit, you guys may realize maybe you're not doing enough, you know, and this makes you want to put yourself out there in a positive way. It's definitely a good energy. It's not a negative energy. It's not a Saturn energy. It is definitely a good energy. And if it's not manifesting, I would say externally, where you guys are shining in some type of way, then I would say it's manifesting internally in regards to your mind. Like you guys are able to see something. It could definitely connect with this. There's some type of plan I feel like you guys are trying to figure out when it comes to maybe trying to change your status at work. And what I mean by that is whether it's at that current job or just in life in general, like trying to change your status, telling people what it is you guys do for a living. So you guys may have a certain moment here where you realize what that is. March 9th, Mercury enters Aries. Okay, so that same day, Mercury leaves Pisces in your 11th house and it enters your 12th house in Aries. So this is going to manifest a little differently for you guys, I feel like. So what I've been telling everyone is with Mercury and Aries, I feel like if you read up on this, this gets more negative. Like you're going to read more negative stuff than positive stuff. And I want to explain to you where the negative energy or the potential with this energy, what may happen, but why it may happen and how you guys could potentially avoid this with, you know, willpower. So Mercury in Aries, this is coming from Pisces, okay? This is a very intuitive energy about other people, okay? It picks up on things that are going on. And with Aries energy, it very much trusts its intuition because it's usually on point. However, when it comes to communicating the things it knows, when it comes to communicating its intuition, its downloads, this is what can create the arguments. So for example, because this energy is known as being blunt, straightforward, not knowing how to sugarcoat anything, you may see something and it may be very real. Like, let's say your group of friends or somebody you're dating is, you know, they're just doing something that's a bunch of bullshit and you see it and you know it. With this energy, this will make you act fast to speak. Like, I know all of us should think before we speak, but this energy literally invented that line. Like, I'm telling you, no doubt. Like, it sees something it doesn't like, not because it's Aries energy and it's selfish and it's me, and because you're not talking to this energy in a way that it likes. No, it's picking up on something. Wait, I'm sorry, that isn't 100% accurate. Yeah, like there is definitely an energy here where, because it is able to see things clearly. I don't care what anybody says. It's the magician. It's seeing shit clearly. But it's the way it articulates its thoughts is what aggravates people. It's what doesn't resonate with people. I think because it sees things that sometimes other people either are trying to deny or are not in touch with themselves 100%. Like you may see people on some bullshit, you may call them out, and they themselves don't even realize it's bullshit anymore because they're so used to doing it. So therefore they think, you know, what are you talking about? Why are you, you know, talking to me like this? Why are you yelling at me? Why are you accusing me? And it could be potentially because some people lack self-awareness and you're tapping into something a little bit deeper that those people are not even in touch with themselves. So you can aggravate a lot of people by speaking upon these things. But yeah, also this energy, you'll be able to notice when people, if they talk down to you, talk to you differently, passive aggressive moves, more so with this energy. And with this energy, you're going to want to attack them back verbally. So here's the thing though, it's manifesting in your 12th house. This is your mind, like your thoughts, and like sometimes things we're not more than likely not in touch with. I do think for a lot of us, we get in touch with these energies in our 12th house at some point in our life, whether it's through crisis or whatever. So my point is, with this transit, you may have more thoughts. I mean, I want to say a few different things how this can manifest. Because Aries is self, and 12th house can be looked at as escapism, being by yourself, being alone. I would say there is the potential that you guys could be learning, reading, doing research, things of that nature, by yourselves. This is definitely one way it could manifest. Or it's more so like your thoughts could be, especially with Chiron being here, I think potentially it's either going to manifest as anger, or it's going to manifest as seeing the potential with how to go after something and having faith in the unknown and just going for it. Because with Mercury and Aries, there's passion here. There is fire energy. I'm thinking of like wands energy in tarot, like just going for it, feeling something and going for it. And that is literally what the Fool in tarot is. It's not being able to see something, but you feel like you're going in the right direction, so you go for it. The problem with this energy is it moves too fast. That's where it gets a bad rap. So I would say that you guys will probably be definitely be focused on yourself, thinking about a plan of action. And I think, yeah, because it's in your 12th house, you guys may get more angry during this time. Possibly more argumentative, because you may just want to speak on the things you're seeing, especially because it's in the 12th house. It's really taking on that Pisces energy. So I would say definitely just think before you speak. Don't just act on all these intuitive hits that you guys are going to be getting, that you guys are going to want to speak about. Because that's the thing, you're going to want to speak about it, or whatever research or things you guys learn about, you're going to want to do it right then and there. I would say create a plan first. That is the evolved energy with this. Okay, the next day, March 10th, new moon in Pisces. So there's a new moon happening in your 11th house in Pisces. So I think what's happening here is that something, oh, and it's in 20 degrees. I wanted to say that. So I think, yeah, you guys will definitely, for some of you, this is going to be manifesting, trying to make something happen with romance. I do see that for some of you. And the reason is because when I look at the 20 degrees, this is talking about your 8th house. And when I look at your 8th house, you guys already have Pallas Athena here in Sagittarius. So this is an asteroid that talks about a strategy. So whatever it is you guys are trying to create, happen, manifest, I think I already said that. Pallas Athena will always take you there, because this is the energy of a strategy. So you guys have already been having some type of strategy when it comes to 8th house matters. So this could be some type of, you guys may either want to deeply reflect on yourself, like introspection, especially with that North Node being in the 12th house. There's definitely some type of Sagittarius energy internally going on in regards to what's your position in the world, what's the meaning of life, and I don't mean that in a depressed way. I mean, like, there's just something very spiritual going on. If it's not spiritual, then I would say it's religious. Something about you guys trying to I would say transform, change, especially with Uranus being in your guys' first house. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. So I would say that something new. Okay, hold on, I don't want to forget that thought. I also wanted to say money. hold on. Okay, so new moon in Pisces. It's going to manifest for some of you with romance, because I'm going to look at the 8th house because of 20 degrees. Scorpio, this is natally belongs to Scorpio. But where do you guys actually have Scorpio? It's in your 7th house, the house of relationships, partnerships, okay? Excuse me. So I think there is something here potentially for some of you where you guys may want to manifest with Jupiter ruling Sagittarius and Jupiter being the original ruler of Pisces, possibly putting yourselves out there when it comes to getting serious about relationships. But I feel like this would be through groups of friends. This would be through, I know this is like so typical, but like online dating. That's for some of you, I think. I really do. And then I think for most of you, how this is playing out is definitely talking about putting yourselves out there and trying to transform, change, whether it's your reputation with your group of friends, make yourselves appear a certain way, going on those job interviews, because you guys have Pluto and Mars in that 10th house. These are the rulers of Scorpio. So you guys may be wanting to partner up, you know, business-wise with somebody. You guys may be putting yourselves out there online to find the right business partner. Or maybe it's just somebody to collaborate with on specific work projects. That could definitely be happening as well, and it could be happening behind the scenes. Nobody may be knowing about it. Not that it's like you're trying to keep it a secret. But yeah, I feel like there's some type of drive here. There's some type of action when it comes to 10th house activity. You guys may try to appear some type of way. You guys maybe want that authority type of position if you don't already have it, because this is what I'm thinking with, especially with Pluto in that 10th house. Transforming the way you guys appear to other people. Transforming how you guys appear online, transforming how you guys appear with social networking, like really trying to build on something with other people to make something happen. I want to see if I want to say anything else with that. So Pisces, the rulers are Neptune. It's in your 11th house. Jupiter is the original rulers of first house. It definitely has to do with, I think you guys are going to be manifesting energy that has to do with making your deepest dreams and desires come true. And I feel like if we think about this, isn't this what we're always doing with when we're manifesting? No, not really. It could be for just a new job and we're not giving it that much thought. It's more just like we need more money, or we don't feel valued at the workplace, or we're manifesting a relationship, we're manifesting the partner of our dreams. Like, this is more specific, I feel like, in regards to you guys expanding upon yourselves and trying to change your appearance, I want to say. And I feel like internally this would help you guys, because I think you guys are struggling with this, not with your health, but almost like every day it's got to be like you must feel depleted on energy or something with that south node being here. And that north node being in your 12th house. It's like you guys are going through this deep mind fuck, I want to say, in regards to trying to be driven on change for the betterment of yourself. But 12th house transits are really hard because it's like it can't be one day you decide to take a mental break from it. It's like it's constantly forcing you to focus on this in order for you to change. Okay, so Mercury in Aries on March 10th will be sextiling Pluto in Aquarius. Okay, so you guys have Mercury and Pluto talking to each other. This is in your 12th house and this is your 10th house. And it's a sextile, so there's some type of work involved. I feel like, kind of like what I was saying before, this could be your thoughts about yourself. And you guys are having deep, like, therapeutic, not therapeutic, I'm sorry, just like a deep therapy session with yourselves and what you guys believe to be your shadow and what holds you guys back, and how can you guys transform this. So Mercury is your mind, your thoughts, communication. Pluto on the other hand is, it's like, I feel like it doesn't get the best energy like when you're reading up on it, but it's actually good because it's talking about the things that need to change in order for you guys to get the things you want out of life that really resonate with you and your soul. And so Pluto, when it's evolved energy, this is very powerful. It is leadership. It is boss energy. It is very magnetic. It can hold people's attention. So it's also very psychological. So I think this is definitely talking about this new moon here, like whatever it is you guys manifested when it comes to how you guys appear, putting yourselves out there, trying to change maybe your reputation. That's really what I'm picking up on. This is very psychological, this degree, and it talks about manifestation, like literally 20 degrees talks about magic and manifesting. It's Scorpio energy. So you guys have something going on with deep transformative thoughts with this transit on March 10th. And then March 11th, you guys have Venus entering Pisces. So Venus is leaving your 10th house and it's entering your 11th house. To me, it depends what's going on with the rest of the chart, but this screams popular energy. People want to be around you, especially friends. Like they feel comfortable with you. Venus in Pisces is exalted here. So this is definitely like a time for most people in the collective where they will definitely be a magnet to people. Like people will just want in on their energy because there's something very sensual about this energy, but also just therapeutic. I will say it's therapeutic because with this energy you feel so comfortable, and it's like with the Pisces energy, this energy is very good at seeing through others, like seeing something from a higher perspective, you know, like being able to understand why people do the things they do, and being able to see the things that are not really visible. And they usually bring this to your attention when you're going to advice, when you're trying to get advice. Because I remember having a friend who was a Pisces, and you know, if there's anything I could say that she was really good at, it was giving advice. Like she was able to see things from a higher perspective in other people's situations. So I think when we're in our own situation, it's harder to see things more clearly, especially when our heart's in it, right? So she was always able to give me advice about, you know, relationships and things of that nature. And she would always I'm telling you, like she brought things to light that I didn't see about certain situations. And you always walked away feeling better. You never walked away feeling like crap getting advice. And I feel like this is exactly what this energy does, and is out there for 11th house. Like 11th house matters for you guys. So this is why, I mean, it does depend on what zodiac sign is in the 11th house, but usually more times than not, when Venus is in the 11th house, there's something very popular about this energy with other people. So yeah, I'm gonna say that you guys maybe, you know, for some of you, I said before, this is definitely talking about like dating. So this to me says, yes, something is going on potentially with dating. Venus rules Gemini. Venus rules Taurus, so you guys, your first house, and then it's also ruling your 6th house. So I think what this is saying for those of you that are manifesting a relationship or currently talking to someone, and maybe you guys are thinking about making it more serious, there's some type of energy going on where I think you guys may have more of a difficult time trying to make something either fit in your schedule, like when it comes to a relationship or a person, or there just may be difficulty with making people happy at this time. There's some type of emphasis on not being able to keep up with the social order of, I want to say you're like, I'm trying to think of how I want to phrase this. Excuse me. Okay, so with Neptune conjunct the sun, I feel like this just would be a very intuitive day, in touch with spirit, because with the sun, you're seeing things clearly because it's talking to Neptune in a positive way, in a nice way. This could have to potentially, like, you guys may intuitively be more in touch with your creative endeavors, like like if you've been feeling blocked, you may be able to see something more clearly now. Or for example, what I was saying before regarding being very busy every day and not being able to just sit and think. Sorry, I didn't finish that thought because I paused and then I was doing something else. But this may be one of those days where you can actually see a dream that actually is something you want to pursue, and it's something that just resonates with you and you would have never thought it did. I do think that could be something of that nature, like being able to see something very clearly, like a message from spirit. I know we're not talking about Mercury. However, I do think it could be that. And I do believe it's a dream. It could potentially be a dream because it's 11th house energy. It could even have something to do with stop, Oceana. Something to do with home, like how to make your home life like your dream a reality when it comes to home, or maybe like, let's just say it turns out you, I'm not saying this is the type of transit that talks about moving, because it's not, but let's just say on this day you realize that maybe your dream doesn't consist of actually, having a family and living where you guys currently live. Like, this would be one of those days where you're actually seeing something very different than you would have ever thought. I hope that makes sense. I know I trailed off a bit, so I'll move on. So March 19th, Sun enters Aries. So Sun is leaving Pisces in your 11th house and it's entering your 12th house. So when the sun enters the 12th house, I feel like this can go a few different ways. One of the ways is spirituality. You guys may be more spiritual during this time, like a lot of introspection, a lot of like a light is going on in a very dark place. Like you're able to be very much in touch with your mind, your thoughts, the pieces of you that you just didn't really realize before about yourself, because we're talking about the 12th house energy. Things get lost here. But with that light, it's like the light is staying on with this sun transit, especially with Mercury here, like your thoughts, communication pattern. It's like you guys may be journaling. You guys will definitely be reflecting. With Jupiter in the first house and Jupiter ruling your 8th house, you guys may be even going to therapy or considering this. I'm just thinking out loud, like this may be a time during this transit. And if you're not going to be going to therapy, then I think this is just like you're just taking this very seriously. You may be like loner energy. You may not really want to go out. You may not really want to be social. You may be reflecting during this time, like why, you know, things are happening or unfolding in the way that they are. I feel like I'm getting something with home, like the home life. So maybe for some of you, this is talking about like how you guys appear and how you guys want to change things. Or maybe home life just isn't that great right now. And you're reflecting and thinking why. There's definitely there's a strategy in regards to bettering yourself, I want to say, and doing it in a traditional way, like a practical way. So you can fix this. Okay. So, and also just to note, the sun is exalted in Aries. So you guys will definitely be thinking about yourselves here. So normally I would say like there's a lot of self-expression going on. Usually when sun is in Aries, there's a lot of, it's very similar to Leo energy because the sun rules Leo. But I don't see that really going on when it's in the 12th house. It's kind of hidden. It's kind of kept away because it's there. Like I said, it's going on in your mind. Like picture yourself walking into a therapy session, you know, like hey, that's what's going on right now. Okay, so March 21st, Sun in Aries in your 12th house is sextiling Pluto in Aquarius in your 10th house. So what does this mean? Again, it's very much like a therapy session. Pluto is forcing you guys to face something about your ego, something that really isn't authentic, something that just doesn't resonate with who you guys are anymore. Maybe it was real at some point for several years, but now it no longer serves a purpose, and it's time to I would say when the sun and Pluto are talking to each other in a positive way, even though it's positive, Pluto is trying to help that planet out. Okay, when it's talking to it in a positive way. A sextile is a positive energy. Again, it's free will. It is like the universe is giving you the willpower to get the results that you need, that you want. You're more than likely going to get what it is you want. So with this self-reflection energy, being possibly alone or just choosing to be alone, reflecting, how can you change things? Pluto's here to show you, listen, this is why things are the way they are, and this is what needs to die. Basically, Pluto is going to kill a little bit of your ego, because this is what the sun is. The sun can be looked at as your higher self, your higher consciousness, the reason why we are reincarnated, all of that good stuff, but also in like the human perspective, because we're not all 100% spiritual. Even the spiritual people, myself included, like I can be egotistical at times, and I catch myself and I'm like, shit, you know, like it's hard. Well, there's something here that maybe you guys do that is egotistical, and it's like maybe you guys are not aware of it. So you guys are given this energy where you guys are going to have this moment around March 21st, and you're going to catch it. And then with free will, you guys can dive a little deeper on this aspect, and you can try to transform it, try to change it, try to put some work into it, try to figure out, okay, maybe I act this way or do this because of X, Y, and Z, and now, you know, it's actually not helping me anymore. It actually hurts me. So I'm going to try to start doing this moving forward. It will probably look something like that. this may look, usually transits, like when they're not natally happening in our chart, there's something to this, like in regards to like our mission, like why we, like every transit that happens, it's connected to the timing as to why we're here again. Like it's helping us grow, it's helping out all the karmic contracts we asked for. So my point is this, is that with the sun being in the 12th house and it being in Aries during this time when everything else is going on in your life, maybe there's something about you guys that is a little bit selfish. And this has something to do with why you guys are in the position you're in. I'm not saying this is it, but this could be part of the reason. Because the reason I'm saying this is usually whatever is going on in the 12th house, what will help out is looking towards the 6th house, okay? Because usually whatever is in the 12th house, you're supposed to step away from. There's something about balancing out the energy, or at least I feel like it's a balance. There's something to work on, there's something to transform, there's something to leave behind, because usually there's some type of I don't want to say issue, but whatever's in the 12th house, it's hard for us to see because it's very similar to that 8th house energy. Something is not necessarily going on behind our back, but it could be. But basically, it's the same energy in the sense that we can't see it. It's a blind spot for us, and it literally has to do with us, ourselves. So it's like you want to lean into that 6th house energy to heal yourself, to do better, or just to get out of this, rut. And it's in Libra. So even though the South Node, yeah, you want to like stay away from, the South Node can actually help us with that North Node energy, because there's knowledge here, there's information, there's wisdom that we supposedly already have and have gained. So there's something here to be said about this regarding this transit for you guys. So the South Node in Libra in that 6th house could possibly help you guys with whatever this is that needs to be transformed. So that same day, you guys have Venus in Pisces in your 11th house, and it's conjunct Saturn in Pisces in your 11th house. So I like this energy. I feel like if you read up on it, you're not going to read the best things. So the way I'm gonna break it down is like this: Venus and Saturn are completely two different planets. Like, obviously, no shit, right? With all these planets. However, these are like polar opposites if you think about it, right? We have Venus, beauty, love, money, romance, the things that make life like wonderful, right? And then you have Saturn. That's like the father that teaches us life lessons that we don't want to learn, but we have to learn, right? So these two are linking up, they're getting along, they're neighbors, they're conjunct, okay? So they're vibing. Now, the reason they're vibing, they're getting along, is because they both see the value in one another. They both want to commit. They both see longevity in each other, okay? They see each other's worth. To me, that is beautiful. That is a good thing, because it's not a square where there is tension, there's miscommunication, there's arguments, which will cause a breakup, or an on-again, off-again relationship. It's not an opposition, which means you both need to be on the same page, because you both need to compromise. You both need to be willing to give up something in order to see the bigger picture, in order to get something worthwhile with each other, right? No, this is a conjunction where they're both getting along. However, both of these energies feel a little bit of friction because they're polar opposites. Saturn believes in investing in things that are worth it. So for example, if let's say Venus and Saturn decided we're going to start saving for a house, we have to put 10% of our paycheck aside for 10 years, and then we will be able to get that house. Venus says, okay, no problem. I agree. Let's do this. But then the next day she's like, okay, let's go out on a date night. Saturn is going to be legitimately frustrated and annoyed by what she just said, because in his mind he's thinking, we just had this conversation, I don't understand, why would you say those words? And she would, you know, be uncomfortable. There would be friction on her end because she wants to do what she always does, which is be comfortable. Venus likes to be comfortable. This is, wherever this is in our chart, we like to invest in because it makes us feel good. She just wants to feel good. She understands the conversation they had yesterday, but spending a little bit of money won't hurt. He doesn't understand the conversation. He doesn't think it's funny. He doesn't think it's smart. And then she will compromise because she understands the smart, logical conversation that they had yesterday. And she just needed to be reminded about it. However, there then was that conversation that was uncomfortable for both of them. They were both upset in that moment, but then they moved on. That's the best example I can give you guys, and I hope it, hey, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Sorry. Sorry. So I hope it resonated with you guys. So my point is that with this conjunction happening in your, what don't you understand? Okay, sorry again. So with these two talking to each other in your 11th house, there is something here that you guys are investing in when it comes to your dreams and your desires. That's what I personally think. That this is, I see you guys doing that. You guys could potentially be, hold on. Another way this could be, stop, Kylo, you're really pissing me off right now. Sorry. You guys could, there could have been something here where things weren't like manifesting like you wanted it to when it came to either social networking or dating, something of that nature. And you guys may be either holding yourselves back, like having better boundaries, because Venus rules your first house and your sixth house. So this is literally you guys that this is talking about, this transit, as well as work, literally work. And you guys have the South Node here. So you guys are already having difficulty with sixth house things. So it's either your everyday routine, probably low on energy, or having difficulty with people at work, like keeping up with harmony. You guys may be, isolating yourself, things of that nature, or feeling isolated at work. So I think with this Saturn Venus, for some of you guys, this may actually be isolation. You guys may be, it's so weird because I wouldn't think of it as manifesting like that, but I think that is a possibility for sure. With Saturn ruling Capricorn, this is your 9th house. What would be healing to you guys at this time? There may be some type of hurt or pain because of the South Node in your 6th house and dealing with other people and things just not, like I said, happening for you. And you guys have Chiron in your 12th house, which tells me mental pain. Well, you guys have been experiencing that with this transit. It's been there for a while now. So there is this strategy, 8th house. There is some type of inner healing, transformation going on. So I think you guys are just working on better boundaries with people, with the collective, with your group of friends, with social networking. This is just, you know what I'm getting? Protection. Because it's like you guys are worth the protection. Something of that nature. I hope I'm phrasing it right for you guys. But that's definitely some of your storylines that are playing out. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Okay, so then March 22nd, Mars enters Pisces. So Mars is leaving your 10th house in Aquarius and is entering your 11th house in Pisces. I personally don't like this transit just because I don't think Mars does well in Pisces. However, I'm going to tell you guys that I know I have a few friends who actually have this and they're fine. Like, and just to be clear, like the way I feel like this manifests is not being clear in regards to a direction to move on, like with action. I feel like it's very debilitating. I don't feel like it's a good energy for Mars to be at, because Mars is all about action, willpower, confidence, and you're throwing it in Pisces energy. To me, I think of the fog, clouds, things are unclear. Because yeah, okay, Pisces can be intuitive with other people, but when it comes to its own energy, things can get a little confusing. And again, apply common sense. It depends what's going on in everybody's chart. And that's probably why the people I know, like, I don't see them as being confused or anything like that. I feel like they actually, they have more more energy than me. So but I'm gonna go off of what I believe, and I don't believe this is a good energy. I know I was told that in Vedic, oh my god, Vedic astrology, this is exalted. Again, I'm just gonna tell you what it is. I think this is literally feet walking through the clouds and people believing intuition is guiding them, but is it? So yeah, so you guys have Mars in the 11th house. This to me is possibly arguments with group related things, your group of friends, or it could be feeling driven toward your dreams, your desires to accomplish something here. Could be for that social networking. Mars rules Aries and Scorpio. So this is your 7th house and your 12th house that this will be affecting. Okay, so definitely I think, and Pluto rules Scorpio. So yeah, definitely social networking. I think you guys will be driven to accomplish something here for sure. And hold on. I don't know how it's going to affect you guys, though. It's definitely, for some of you, this is connecting back to work because Pluto rules Scorpio and it's in your 10th house. But this could be talking about mental conflicts for you guys. Like maybe after, like for some of you, if you guys are, you know, putting yourselves out there in regards to social networking, and let's say you don't hear back, this may really like mentally get to you. Okay. So let's see. March 24th, we have Venus and Pisces in your 11th house, and it's sextiling Jupiter and Taurus in your 1st house. I like this energy. This is very positive. It's just like the Sun and Jupiter talking earlier. It's a positive energy. It's a go happy, go lucky type of energy. Again, because it's a sextile, this could just be an energy that sits there. It could even be an energy that somebody gives to you guys, but it is the 1st house and the 11th house. So this tells me for those of you that are, you know, dating or trying to put yourselves out there, I do believe that this is something that could be a good transit, a good day for this, March 24th. And for those of you that are trying to, I would say, just feel better, this is definitely a day for that because Jupiter rules your 8th house, Sagittarius. This is your inner world. And then it also rules your 11th house, your dreams and your desires. And also, you know, social networking, your group of friends. And it seems like you guys would be socially popular that day, socially desirable, just getting along with people. So I would definitely smile, say hello, put yourself out there on that type of day, especially if you guys are feeling alone or like you don't want to socialize. Like if you guys put yourselves out there, it will definitely be one of those days where you're going to get that energy back. Let's see, March 25th, there's a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra in your 6th house. Okay. Full moon lunar eclipse in 5 degrees. Okay, so what is this about? So to me, full moons are talking about something being illuminated, something we will see or feel that we realize needs to leave our life, or something needs to change. Something just needs to either change or leave, or it's just something comes to the surface that you didn't really realize before. And the reason it's coming to the surface is so you can be better prepared for the new moon. So this way you can manifest things that are more in line with who you guys really are, what resonates with you, what's what resonates, oh my god, I can't speak, I'm sorry guys, I'm so tired. What is, I want to say at your frequency, but it's a different word I want to use, but still that can work, so I'll go with it. So my point is that something is going to be illuminated. You will see whatever this is. It's going to be connected to your 6th house, and it's going to be in Libra energy. So whatever this is, it connects back to the solar eclipse in Libra, which happened on October 14th, 2023. There's a theme that's playing out. Okay, so with full moons, with the full moon lunar eclipse, this is going to be about a change. Okay, so to get a better idea as to what this could be about, I want to look at this 5th house because it's talking about your Leo energy. So when we look at your 5th house, you guys don't have anything going on. I see Virgo, so this makes me want to look to see where Mercury is, and it's in your 12th house. Okay. So where is the sun, since the sun natally rules Leo? And where is Leo? It's in your 4th house, and the sun is in the 12th house. Okay, so we have sun and Mercury in the 12th house, and then we have Leo in your 4th house. So what's going to be illuminated for you guys? I personally believe what's going to be illuminated for you guys, it could have something to do with for some of you guys, with the 6th house here, I think of health, and the fact that this is one way I look at this, the 6th house, okay? And it natally belongs to Virgo, okay? And you guys have Mercury, the ruler of Virgo, in the 12th house. It's on the same axis as the 6th, 12th house, where the full moon lunar eclipse is happening, in the 6th house. Mercury can be looked at as your thoughts, communication. So when it comes to what's being illuminated, are you guys keeping up? Oh gosh, I hate to say this, but so for some of you guys, this is definitely going to be your body, like physical health when it comes to romance. I hate to say it, but it's, yeah, I do think that, because Virgo, I do think of one way of looking at this is the body and keeping up with it, like health-wise, you know, like exercising, eating properly, like all that stuff. But also I do think of sex and making sure like your body is well maintained and all that good stuff. So I think, especially with the South Node being in your 6th house, there's more of an emphasis of keeping up with your health regimens, keeping up possibly with the gym, or, you know, if you guys are sick, going to the doctor and making sure you're okay. The fact that it's in Libra, making sure you're well balanced, like definitely, like your body is in full harmony here. This could also be for some of you, your mental well-being, because I am getting something here with this stellium in your 12th house. This definitely, since this is in a Leo degree, and it's in the 6th house, and you have the sun in the 12th house, I do think something that may need to be changed is how to get your mental well-being balanced. That's definitely going to be for some of you. Sorry, I'm just thinking. For some of you, again, it does connect back to home life. Like your thoughts and communication at home, there's something there. Something needs to be changed in regards to feeling healthier. There may be some type of imbalance because with Libra energy, it's the scales of balance. So there may be an imbalance with either you guys are maybe either too selfish, like too much leaning towards this Aries energy, or with this South Node in Libra, you guys may still be trying to please others. You guys have to figure that one out. But this is what I'm seeing here, that what needs to change is something to do with your health. For some of you, it may be your everyday routine. Something may be imbalanced here, unhealthy. So Venus rules Libra. You guys have Venus in the 11th house and in Pisces. So when I think of Venus being in Pisces, it's exalted here. I think of like the one people go to in regards to like the collective, like people want this person for advice. People just want in on that person's energy. So that may be you guys every day. Like people may go to you guys to feel better, and maybe it's just too much because the 5th house is Virgo and this is the healer. So you guys may be other people's healer, but are you guys healing yourselves? Because that's something Virgos do, is they go to everybody else, they help everybody else, and then when it's time to help themselves, they usually don't. And this is why there is this like energy, this tone to Virgos where it's like they're good at giving other people advice, but just don't look at their life. There is something to that. It's because they're busy helping other people. Excuse me. Okay. Let's see. March 28th, Venus and Pisces in your 11th house is sextiling Uranus and Taurus in your 1st house. Okay, so again, a sextile. So there's something positive here with Venus and Uranus talking. There's something magnetic, something shocking. I think of electricity here. But this is like with other people, you know, like something gets you because it's Uranus is happening in your 1st house. So this probably has something to do with that change, right? Because Uranus is all about change. So yeah, maybe you guys get shocking news about another, or shocking news about your friends. And it's something positive. Okay, March 29th, Pallas Athena goes retrograde in Sagittarius in your 8th house. So what does this mean? So since this is that asteroid that talks about a strategy, and that this is the energy that will help get you there, to manifest whatever it is you guys are trying to achieve. There will be a little bit of a slowdown, almost like a Mercury retrograde. So I think this may be a harder time to try to internally figure out a solution with yourself, since the ruler of Sagittarius is in your first house in Jupiter. March 31st, Vesta leaves Gemini in your second house, and it's going to enter Cancer in your third house. So yeah, third house talks about communication, you know, neighbors, siblings, neighbors, siblings, cousins. I think this definitely does talk about, for some of you, expression, like communicating something. So, so Vesta is that spiritual flame, that flame that just doesn't die. It's that flame that just cannot go out. And I think you guys are going to be feeling very passionate about things that nurture you guys during this time, in order to do some healing. Because on that other axis, that other side, it's like it would literally be healing, because this is what Ceres does. It's healing, it's nurturing, to learn about ninth house things that are practical, traditional. So I think you guys will be passionate to learn about things that are also nurturing to you, or communicating things that are in a nurturing way, or communicating about things of the past in order to heal, something like that. Because it connects, I believe, to this this stellium in your 12th house, whatever it is you guys are healing. So before I get to my channel messages, I also wanted to say, so about this full moon lunar eclipse. So I thought this was cool. So March 25th at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon will still appear full the night before and after its peak to the casual stargazer. March's full moon is also known as the worm moon, according to the old Farmer's Almanac, and that supposedly refers to the emergence of earthworms. So yeah, I wanted to tell you guys that. All right, so what do I got for you guys? First week of March, I see this submarine, and it's in water, but it's trying to get to land. Places of green with trees. And I see this in the reflection of your eye, that there's something in the distance, which is on top of a mountain, that you guys want. So I'm picking up on Capricorn energy, Saturn. I'm seeing you guys angry about something you can't see, but feel that is going on behind your back. You guys may feel like you're the topic of gossip, or you just feel separated from your group of friends because you're coming through as a turtle. So I think of a friend no matter what, a friend for life, and there's something about this energy within you, but still feeling hurt. I feel like you guys believe the walls around you are crumbling, but you aren't discussing this out loud. It's something you see that you may even be closing your eyes to. But I see this wall with a path on it, and a bunch of people are on it, but it's too heavy, and you see it begin to crumble, but you are on the outside looking in, and you're wearing sunglasses. So to me, that says you're closing your eyes to it. You don't want to see it or know about it. I feel like you guys are waiting on bad news to come in. Like you intuitively know something is about to happen, and it's not good. I see Saturn and Neptune energy, and also Libra. Maybe it's that connections are breaking. Second week of March, I feel like you guys believe someone is spying on you guys, or watching you, or you feel like everyone is watching your every move, and it's not a good feeling. There's this energy that someone in your life or people in your life are actually not good people, and you're trying to weed them out, but it's almost like they're not being upfront about it. So you're trying to discern on your own. I'm seeing the sun energy big time, and waiting on information to come through that would disrupt your root chakra. So the things that make you comfortable, maybe home, your daily schedule, money. Third week of March, I'm seeing you guys want to win at something. You have a target, a dream, and it may be more specific this week. Like maybe you make a plan. I see your higher self will be trying to nurture you, guys, but trying to get you to be open about your emotions. I'm seeing water pour out of a stream in a balanced way. Then in another vision, I see someone who you guys either consider to be like an angel, or this person is one of your angels, guardian angels, helping you. I'm picking up on Libra energy, Venus, options, and this person may feel like a dream to you. It's something transformative. It's something different. Last week of March, I feel like you guys will be trying to nurture someone or plant the seeds into something new, and I'm seeing giving energy. I think it will be hard for you guys to communicate openly, though. I'm seeing agony with this one. I see you guys seeing this about yourselves and trying to communicate. I think you guys will notice a shadow if you're, I think you guys will notice a shadow from your inner child, and you'll try to nurture this aspect of you. But then I'm also getting this Bart Simpson energy, almost like you guys see something online or someone messages you, or several people do, because I'm seeing a lot of people, but your eyes are on one person. But I see a tree and Saturn with this person. So the energy seems easier with other people, whereas that one person requires serious commitment. And because you're coming through as Bart Simpson, there may be difficulty with this. I'm seeing a lot of pillars in the next scene. So I think of higher knowledge, higher wisdom, a library, information, and you guys are looking at this, and there's this energy of feeling blocked, not able to act on the energy you intended to. But then I see you guys reflecting about commitment and not being sure if this is something you want to do. I do see your inner child related to this. So interesting. I understand the self-reflection. This makes sense. And wanting ultimately to, not necessarily wanting to, but choosing isolation, or choosing not to be committed, I would say. Doesn't necessarily mean you're not gonna date. I think there's something here that talks about dating others, or thinking you can commit but then you realize you can't, or you're either dating someone and then you realize they want to get serious, and then it's like this either frightens you, or you then realize this is just something you can't do. I feel like that's what I'm picking up on. All right, that's what I got for you guys. Oh, wait, no. I wanted to also mention the whole group thing. To me, this makes sense. Again, that you guys have the North Node in your 12th house and the South Node in your 6th house. You guys are definitely feeling something regarding your 11th house energy with Saturn being there. I feel like, yeah, you guys are... there's something with boundaries here and restricting yourself from your group of people, or you feel like people are like acting like Saturn with you, like keeping boundaries with you and keeping you away. So this may be creating some type of mental conflict with you guys during this time, is what I'm picking up on. So towards the end of March, with Pallas Athena going in retrograde in your 8th house, your internal world, and Jupiter, the ruler of Sagittarius, being your 1st house, you guys may feel a little more conflicted in regards to trying to go in the right direction with like self-help, self-therapy, or trying to do better. I think this makes more sense to me. Like the rebellious version of like Sagittarius energy is what you guys may take on during this time. But maybe it'll be internal and not so much external, but you guys may have thoughts like that. And this is, I think, also why Mars is in your 11th house. So, yeah, that's what I got for you guys.